Hey, what's up guys? It's Nico from Porch Talk. I just wanted to tell you guys, hey, thank you so much for your support. Really goes a long way. Sorry to interrupt the episode at the beginning. I just want to let you know, if you could leave a rating and review specifically on iTunes. It really goes a long way. It really helps the channel grow, really helps the podcast get to more people. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. I'm loving doing these episodes, and so is Marcus. And yeah, please rate, review on iTunes, and love you all. Enjoy. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nico, and welcome to Porch Talk, episode 22. Solo Dolo podcast today. Again, I know, I'm trash, but we're here. We're uploading consistently like I said I was going to. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on the grind. Marcus and I are both going to keep on the grind. We got a lot ahead of us interview-wise, so it should be a great time. So, what I want to talk about this episode is actually my experience personal training, and not overall, but about a specific person, and that is actually my little brother. So, little backstory. My little brother beat me in any weightlifting competition I asked him to do. From arm wrestling to squatting to bench press. He beat me in all of it throughout high school, because I was the skinny guy, never really lifted weights, just played soccer for fun, for fitness, all that good stuff. And he was a football player, so with football, you definitely are in the weight room, and you take that a lot more seriously than the soccer players did, at least. And so he was a thick 135. He was very fit, the skinniest I've ever seen him. And after he quit football, he moved on to volleyball, but then he quit volleyball the next season. So he's just been on his grind with YouTube, like in his episode with him, and school and work. I mean, fitness doesn't always have to be the number one priority, but it should be something you do consistently, and that's something my little brother didn't do. He started to gain weight. He's like 165 now. Hardly any muscle, or from before we started working out together, he hardly had any muscle. And yeah, he came up to me, he was like, hey, if I get a Y pass, will you train me? I'm like, yeah, 100%, why wouldn't I? So we started going and working out, I think probably a month or two ago, give or take a couple weeks. And holy shit, has he made some progress. It's, to the untrained eye, it's not too big of an improvement, but to me, that from what I see, it's an astronomical improvement, because he wanted to go balls to the wall the whole time to get back into it, and I told him, hey, that's not the way to do it. You should really ease yourself into it, focus on perfecting each movement. Not even worrying about how much weight you're doing on the bar, or how cool you look doing the exercise, or how complicated the exercise is. Just stick with the basics and work your way into it. So, how we started his journey is we did mobility, of course. You've heard me preach about mobility on this podcast earlier, in the earlier episodes at least. But mobility is key to getting back into lifting, because it'll help you really get into that full range of motion, and the more range of motion you have, the better your muscles will respond and adapt. So we really worked on these 3 or 4 good mobility movements. I'll name them off. The 90-90, which is a hip mobility exercise. The prone cobras, which is a upper back mobility exercise, helps with posture and all that good stuff. And the wall test, which is another shoulder opener, brings back good posture, allows you to connect to your muscles better. And yeah, I think that was it. So 4 mobility exercises, and then I just had him do 3 sets of 5 repetitions, really feeling and squeezing the muscles, learning the movements again. And it's going to sound weird, but all we really did for his first week or so was squatting, bench press, overhead press, and barbell row. Now you're probably gonna ask, or not, I don't fucking care, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Why those movements? Well, we really need to focus on those big compound movements, compound meaning multi-joint movements, to really allow your body to advance at the rate that it needs to be, because if you do a bunch of isolation exercises, you won't be functionally fit, you will just be fit in one plane of motion. Whereas if you're squatting, if you're deadlifting, if you're benching, if you're rowing, it takes a lot of stability to also perform the exercise. And my brother Rocco, he found it out pretty quick that even doing the bar on, say, an overhead press which a bar is 45 pounds, but doing that and really squeezing through the movement, really controlling the movement, it works you out just as hard as going balls to the wall would, but in a different way. Because we've trained ourselves to just get the weight up, just get the weight up, do as many reps as possible until failure, until you literally can't lift the bar anymore. And that makes poor recruitment patterns. Now, what are recruitment patterns, you ask? Or not. Again, I don't fucking care. Recruitment patterns are the muscles activated when you do a specific movement. So say you're doing a bench press. The main movers should be the chest and the triceps, whereas the shoulder stabilizers should be like the back and the shoulders and the triceps and all that good stuff. So putting yourself through that slow and controlled movement really activates all of the muscles needed to perform said exercise. And I have him use a light enough weight to where you can probably do 7 or maybe even 8 reps on the exercise, but you're stopping a couple reps short so you don't go back to those poor recruitment patterns. Anyway, moving on. So the first week it was rough. He was complaining the whole time, and day after day I noticed A, that his mobility was increasing, and B, he was getting stronger. He was perfecting to the movement, using the right recruitment patterns to start lifting heavy and going balls to the wall like he wants to. And by no means is this journey over, but I just want to tell you what's gone on so far and what I've learned and what he has learned throughout this. So the first week, like I said, he was dead. He was complaining the whole time, but he got through it. I saw nice progress on his mobility. His range of motion got better. He started really understanding the movements when I was around, telling him, hey, tighten up your back a bit. Hey, keep your feet on the ground, that type of stuff. And I just saw these nice improvements that really, really got me excited, because he's the first person I've personally trained in probably almost a year at this point, because I took a little bit of time off through my old gym job, Wellspace, and I'd just been doing a couple things here and there, helping out my buddies. But my little brother is my first real personal training opportunity in a little bit, because he asked for my help and I gave it to him. Anyway, so it kept getting better and better as we got along. We started adding weight. He started feeling better with going to the gym. He started going to the gym without me when I couldn't make it, because, hey, I have a life too, and I'm not getting paid for this, so it's sort of just when I could get the time to help him out. Anyway, so he started to get more driven to go to the gym. Yeah, his eating's not there yet, but we'll get there. Anyway, and he's texted me a couple times asking me, hey, what do I do here? What do I do here? And I give him those answers, and we linked back up to go work out, I think, twice in the past 2 weeks. So this is the first, I mean, January 27th, 2019. And we linked up at least once or twice in the past 2 weeks. And it wasn't until this specific day, today, the 27th, that I really seen how he has improved overall. His deadlift, beautiful at this point, and I've only seen him do it once, this one time actually. And he was doing a shit ton of weight for being out of the game for so long. He's been out of the game for, I think, 2 or 3 years maybe. And he ended off with a 45 plate, and I was really like, damn, that's really good, because there is such thing as getting back your muscle quickly, that muscle memory that's lost, you can get back like hella quick. So I'm starting to notice that on him, because he's excelling in all of his lifts, and he's getting to the point where he's almost at the same range of motion in some of these exercises as I am. And that's scary, because I've been working on this for 2 damn years. Like, I've been doing this consistently for two years, and he's really made that big of a change and impact to himself, that he has gotten almost to the point for some of these mobility exercises that he's right along with me, and it's actually awesome. It's awesome that he's made it this far in I think only a month's time. I've learned a lot about training again from him, because not everybody wants to go to the fucking gym. Not everybody wants to lift heavy ass weights, but when you find the drive, you can make that into habit. Because when we were at the gym today, he was like, "Yeah, I really wanted to fucking come here, because I've felt like shit because I haven't been here, and I've been eating bad food, and I just feel like I was out of it again." And I told him, I was like, "That's a good feeling, though. That's a good feeling that you're like, man, I really need to go to the gym, because I'm starting to feel like shit." Because you're starting to connect those dots to make it a habitual thing. And I know Marcus and I both talked about making things a habit, and the fucking inspirational shit doesn't last forever. And that's one thing he showed me, that, hey, if you get that one little spark to do something, whether it be, hey, I'm gonna take 6,000 steps a day for this next week, or I'm gonna go to the gym once a week. Those little things will add up, and once you start making that a habit, you'll want more and more of it, because you see how much better your life is when you make these steps to become a healthier person. And like I said, Rocco's journey is far, far from over. He's got so much more to do to get where he wants to be. But the amount of progress he made and he's making so far, and how proud I am as a brother that I could be there to help him, it's inspirational to me. And I'm excited to get and start my own business around this, because I know I can help more people than just my brother. And I want to help more people other than just my brother, because everybody needs to be healthy. No one's going to live forever. I know that, but at least you can get the most out of your life. And you're probably saying, as a 20-year-old, somewhere around my age, 19, 20, even 30s or 40s, well, I'm not overweight, I can move okay, and I eat whatever the fuck I want. Well, that's not going to last forever. Those foods are going to start slowly killing you from the inside, whether that be giving you so much chronic pain from all that inflammation that you're putting in your body, to you getting your metabolism so slow when you're older that you're just going to become super obese. It's not the way to go. I mean, your health is the most important thing in your life, because you only have one life, and the best way to get the most out of your life is to be healthy. And you're asking, Or not. Again, fuck you if you're not asking. No, I'm kidding. But you may be asking, well, I've never gone to the gym in my life. I literally just go to work, go to school, go home, watch TV or play video games. And to that I say, see how many steps you're taking, and for the next week, try and take 500 more steps or 1,000 more steps. And you're like, oh, well, I'm pretty active. I walk around a lot. I think I eat kind of decent. It's just I don't weightlift. Well, again, what I say to you, go to the gym once a week. Really learn how to squat, how to deadlift, how to bench press, how to overhead press, and how to barbell row. Those movements are so crucial for the functional development of your muscles for an average person, at least, like myself, like my little brother, like anybody that's not like a hardcore athlete that it's going and playing high-level sports. I mean, your body doesn't need a lot to look healthy and to be healthy. I I'm an athlete. I've walked around at 6% for 2 years, and I've been at 3% for my fight, and I am at 10% currently, body fat percentage at least. And I felt how it's been to be in that range of body fat percentage, and I know how each of them makes me feel. This 10% body fat, I've felt the best in my entire life. I feel more energetic. I can eat, and I can eat a lot, and I won't feel sick afterwards, and I feel like my hormones are all in check for the most part. And some of you are going to be saying, well, I'm considered obese. I'm in the higher percentages of body fat percentage. And that's where I say, take small achievable steps that are hard enough for you to get something out of completing it. I personally, when I was training for MMA, my goal by the end of my weight cut was to get to 20,000 steps a day. And that was the last week. I had to get to 20,000 steps a day for that entire week. And when I hit it, I was ecstatic. And then some of you again are like, oh shit, 20,000 steps? That's a lot of fucking steps. No, that's you parking a little bit farther away from the front door and walking a little bit extra. Or getting up off your butt from watching TV and do some laundry, or clean the house, clean the apartment, clean your room, clean the dishes like I never do. Fuck dishes. Anyway, it's just taking those small steps. You don't have to go from not doing anything to doing everything, going to the gym 7 days a week, never sleeping, just going balls to the wall like I was saying my little brother wanted to do. That's not the answer. It'll burn you out so quick, because I was there. I've been there, and I've done that shit, and it's fucking stupid. It's excruciating. I hated every bit of it. And once I took a step back and thought to myself, like, hey, I don't have to be married to exercise. Like, it's not something that I have to do every single day. It's something I should do at least once a week. I mean, that would be nice. But it's not something I have to do every single day. And along with that, same with your food. Like, oh man, I had 2 slices of cake yesterday, and I'm thinking about eating a Snickers bar today. Well, I mean, let's think about it. Do you really need it after having 2 pieces of cake the day before? I mean, I know people might say, oh, well, I want to eat what I want. Well, you're going to have to make some compromises. It's just like any partnership, whether it be relationship or business partnership. You guys are going to have to make compromises to better the business being yourself. You gotta connect to the dots. Yeah, the food tastes good, but the next day I feel like shit. I don't want to move, and I have a bad attitude the rest of the next day. Well, you don't put the attitude with eating the food, right? Oh no, yes you do. The food can make you, it can make you feel differently about yourself, which in turn makes your mood better or worse, because good food can make you feel better. I mean, I'm the biggest proponent. I have a really bad sugar addiction, and every time I eat sugar, I go all out, and I go to the point where I almost throw up, and then the next day, I'm an asshole. I'm a fucking asshole, and that is because that food made me feel like shit. And you're saying, well, I eat all this shitty food and I feel fine. And I say, try eating healthy. Try consistently eating healthy, and I can 100% money back guaranteed. Gotcha. You didn't get paid for this podcast. I didn't get paid, at least. Anyway, money back guaranteed. You will have a significant difference in your mood, how you feel, and just how you carry yourself. Because food is fucking powerful. Food is just as powerful as exercise. And a lot of people don't know that because they haven't tried it. And that's really why I'm here, is to open your mind to something different. I know you've heard it 1,000 times, but if you're listening to this, you might have some level of open-mindedness, and I hope you can take something out of this and try it yourself. Whether it's, if you're drinking 0 water, drink just 3 cups of water a day. Or if you eat like shit, well, have a serving of broccoli a day. That type of stuff. Oh, you're not walking a lot? Take a couple more steps throughout the day. I mean, these small things add up. They compound either way. Whether if you're doing a bunch of small shitty stuff or a bunch of small good stuff, it's going to compound either way. It's going to compound one way or the other. Which way do you want it to compound? I mean, I can't preach it enough. You gotta make sure you are 100% healthy and in check for your life to be lived to the absolute fullest. And I'm sitting here, I'm 19, have a kid, live in an apartment, barely can pay all my bills, but I can tell you I'm the happiest I've been in a hot minute. I am by far the happiest I've been in a goddamn minute. And that's because I've changed my thinking, I've changed my way of life, and I really believe in what I am saying, and I really believe that this shit actually helps. Ask anybody that's been on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to bad eating, good eating, working out, not working out. They'll tell you the same fucking thing. And Rocco's really showed me that. He has really showed me that if you are open-minded enough, then it can change your life. He's shown me so much in that regard, because he doesn't like not going to the gym anymore, and that really makes me happy, because I know that's going to stick with him for the rest of his life now, as long as we keep moving forward and we keep on at it. I know it's going to be a part of his life forever. He's going to soon find out that when you become healthy, it changes your life. Now, what I want, my goals for this whole podcast is to tell everybody my dad's next. I'm going for my dad. He's going to make the change. And then, of course, my mom will. I'm not as worried about my mom as I am my father. But those two people are the next people I'm going to try to implement these small steps, small but effective steps. And I hope it works out, because if I can show one person, I can show the world, and you guys are part of this process because I'm telling you my experience with this whole process. And hopefully you take something out of this process and you implement it yourself, because the more people I can help, especially in the regards to health and fitness, because this is literally my livelihood. I couldn't I can't see my life without being healthy or being in shape, I guess you would say, for lack of better words. Live the healthy lifestyle. Because I've been on the other side. I've ate Doritos at 2 in the morning, drank a full 12-pack of Mountain Dew, and went to sleep and felt up. I woke up feeling like shit the next day. And I just want to tell you guys that it can be better. Your life can be better. If you're thinking to yourself, man, my life sucks, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, why don't you try this? I mean, why not give it a shot? If you're so caught up in thinking that you can't do anything to fix what's happening in your life, A, take that responsibility on yourself, and B, better yourself. Because the better you are, the better you can help everybody around you. And I hope just at least one person goes and tries to do something that I said, or maybe even contact me. Go ahead, contact me on my social media. It's always linked in the description below. And just reach out. This one's on the house. This one's on the house for whoever wants it to be on the house. You guys have to come to me, though. I'm not going to search you out. I'm not going to tell you, hey, you got to do this shit. I'm asking you. Just give it a try. Just give it a try. That's literally all you need, is to try it out. See the little progress you made over the course of a week, which is actually a major amount of progress, and stick with it. But I mean, that was my little spiel for the day. It's a short one. I know it's it's a little short one without Marcus. Sorry, Marcus. I love you, buddy. But anyway, yeah, guys, this has been Nico from Porch Talk. I'll see you later. I love you all. Hopefully you make the right decision.